Today's video should be taken as entertainment only. I am not a financial advisor, guys. Of course, you must do your own due diligence.
No such thing as debate. Now it's like, so I've begun.
What's the crack, everyone? Welcome back to Buy or Sell. I hope, of course, you are all well. I'm recording this video on Saturday. It's a glorious day today, thankfully. Not the worst of stock weeks behind us. Decent enough rise over the course of the week. Wee bit bumpy, but I sort of put on my Instagram there that after tax day, we seem to get a bit of a rally. Not as great as you would maybe hope, but I would definitely say that we've definitely seen a better week than what we had been seeing recently. So fingers crossed this rally, as we're sort of seeing, continues for another week or so at least. You know my position, guys. I'm just trying to trim off a wee bit of any profits I can get out. Just trying to trim a wee bit off, reduce my portfolio ever so slightly, just have a wee bit more cash reserves in for security, a wee bit conscious of where we're going. But I am also doing a lot of day trading, which is something more that I used to do, you know, about originally when the first crash happened. I was doing a lot of day trading then, so I'm starting to sort of go back to that almost, like throwing my money in, because now that I've built up the cash reserves, throwing it in for a day, 2 days, pulling it out. And I've actually noticed that on eToro, which is what I've been using, the spreads are ridiculous. Ridiculous. Every time you buy something, you're at least 1.5% down straight off the bat, and you're playing catch up. Very rubbish for day trading. So I'm searching for day trading. Anybody got any good day trading sort of platforms to use? Started googling. There's a couple of names coming out. I'm going to try them out over the next couple of days and see what comes out. But if anyone's got any recommendations, please send them my way, because I'm going to try and start doing more day trading for just while this uncertainty is going on, to try and distract me and keep my big beer in the likes of Tesla and stuff. So anyway, I'm not talking about all that today. I'm talking about an update on a video that I actually did an update on last week, and the reason I'm coming back to you again is because they've got more big news that's just came out. The stock is Active Energy Group. AEG is the ticker symbol. Covered this stock many times on the channel. It's a Warren Buffett sort of backed, and the reason I say that is because they have orders from Pacific Corp, and Pacific Corp are owned and are Warren Buffett. So there's a great connection there, and this news today is big, guys. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. Okay, guys, so this is the big news here. Active Energy Group to build second US coal switch production facility in Ashland, Maine. Happy days, big news, guys. Think about it. We've got the Lumberton site now. Okay, it's not actually up and running yet, but it looks very close to be. So this is another production facility. This is just going to be good news, guys, no matter what way you shake it. Obviously, people are starting to think this is a good idea, and if we see what the coal switch means for anyone new to the channel, I'll share the links here. I've done loads of videos. Go in, check it all out, far more detail. But in a nutshell, coal switch made from the waste biomass can replace up to 100% of coal in power plants, reducing emissions, preserving jobs, and economic impact of existing energy providers. So there's a gap. For the next 20 years, I foresee there being a transition. We're all going to move towards electric, clean power. You know, maybe it is going to be nuclear as well in the short term. Hopefully not all just renewable would be ideal. But what do you do with all these massive hundreds of millions of pounds of factories? You're not just going to just leave them redundant. There is going to be a gap. There's no infrastructure that's in place that has longevity still. That's where coal switch steps in. We can just use renewable source in terms of the biomass. So we're not using all the natural resources, we're actually using waste, using that to then generate energy. And I feel that there is a gap in the market there, and this is where coal switch, AEG, come in. So that's my term. I don't think this will be a stock that I'll be holding in 40 years time, unless again, you know, they can develop more technology and somehow it becomes more efficient and more longevity, really. I'll say it again, but right now there's a gap there, and I'm all in on it. It's something different, Warren Buffett backed, all that good stuff. AG has partnered with Player Design Inc. to complete the facility, which at scale could produce up to 35,000 tons of coal switch per year. We are seeing increased demand for our next generation biomass pellets from customers in North America, said Michael Rowan, the CEO. Our partnership with PDI and the support of the state of Maine will enable us to accelerate production of the coal switch to help reduce overall CO2 emissions from the power generation industry. Coal switch is a revolutionary drop in the biomass feedstock that can co-fire with coal or replace up to 100% of the coal in power stations without requiring plant modifications. AEG's patented technology plant converts residue from Lumberton operations as well as locally sourced residue including bark, treetops, branches, forestry operations into coal switch, which burns at temperatures nearly identical to coal but cleaner and more efficient while producing less ash. So Again, we have more detail on that there. PDI already has an operational log processing facility at Ashland facility, which has been expanded to accommodate coal switch production. PDI and AEG were granted a temporary operating permit by the state of Maine in April 2021 to allow the construction of the facility as well as immediate operations between May 15th and July 31st to produce an initial amount of 1,000 oven-dried tons of fuel. So there you go, guys. You know, this is what's happening now. We're going to get 1,000 tons, so we've got a sort of catalyst there of July 31st. We'll be looking to see how they delivered on this target. PDI has built a close working relationship with the team, AEG, over many months. We have seen the potential that coal switch can present in the biomass industry, said Tyler Player, CEO of Player Design. The opportunity to add a new production facility in Maine is important, not only to allow Player Design to further demonstrate the potential of the fuel and its production process, but also to enable a wider North American audience to appreciate the future of the next generation biomass. All parties intend to present the operation data from the facility to the Department of Environmental Protection within the state of Maine as soon as production commences in late May, with the aim of securing a long-term operation permit for Ashland facility. Again, another catalyst that we need to be aware of. So they're going to have to try and get this here, and we'll be waiting for the permit. Get the permit through. Big things. Coal switch production at the Asheville facility will be shipped to Pacific Corp, Buffett, not that he's going to be there manually doing it, like, but Hunter Power Plant in Castledale, Utah, for a coal biomass coal-firing demonstration scheduled in June 2021. Again, big catalyst, June 2021. Get these wrote down, guys. Pacific Corp is the largest grid operator in the western United States, serving the growth energy demands of 1.9 million customers. The state of Maine is excited for the prospects of coal switch production at the Ashfield facility, said the state senator Troy Jackson, who is also president of the Maine Senate. The state of Maine wants to see new technologies developed for the biomass industry and assisting companies like PDI and AEG to develop new commercial environmental friendly processes in our utmost priority. You've got the state senator backing these guys. You know, this is great news, guys. It only means we need Big Michael Rowan to finally grow a set of balls and step up and get this thing going, like, because everyone's waiting on him to do it. I'm waiting, the other shareholders are waiting, Big Troy Jackson's waiting, we're all waiting now, guys. We just need Big Michael to get the finger out the arse and get it done. Obviously, on the high level, brilliant news. We've got new catalysts as well, so something to think about. Maybe when you're adding positions, you're starting to think, right, maybe if I put money in at this different stage, we've got catalysts here, this thing could start to throb. So it's very good at a high level, guys. I'm loving this here, definitely. We've got new targets, we've got new things to deliver on. And like I said, Big Michael needs to step up and get the boys fired up and get this going. Because, you know, he has let us down a few times. But I am confident with all the people involved here that this is going to go ahead. We need to get the Lumberton site going ahead. And in my last video, I talked about some of the recent negative news, if you want to call it that, that has came out. So again, check out that video to stay up to date on that. I'm not going to repeat myself here, but this is good, positive news. Let's see how the shares reacted. So it's went down 5.5% in the back of that news. Mind blowing. The only thing I can think of is it's probably baking in a lot of this sort of negative stuff's out there, and a new factory, in my opinion, is great news, especially when you think about the tonnage that they're talking about there, sort of in around $200 per ton. That's significant profit that could be made, but I suppose at this stage, guys, it's just baking it in. It's so long away. There's so many ifs and buts. I would probably say that, you know, we need a wee bit more clarity on exactly what's going to happen. Maybe get the permit through, and the thing will shift. You know, we've got the 31st of July there as a deadline, but on the face of it, guys, hasn't had the greatest run. 5 days, we've not really done a lot. 5 days ago, we were at 1.71. We're down to 0.68, so we're down on a week. When I've just said at the start of this video, this week hasn't actually been the worst of weeks. Okay, it's a London Stock Exchange. Probably doesn't tie into the rest of the American. Not the greatest, guys. Doesn't really change my situation. I'm still holding. I suppose if you think this is a good sign, there is potential to get in. The volume has increased slightly. What I will say, the average volume is in around 14.4. We're just at 15, so that's at least sort of a bit of an insight that there's something maybe happening here. Okay, guys, so look, that's great news. In summary, more plant, more production, bigger money. And I suppose just to put this in a bit of perspective, coal switch to be priced competitively within white wood pellets. This is taken from the presentation that they have done. Pricing for wood pellets are around 200 to 225 per ton and 150, 170 per metric ton. AEG believes that this cold switch product will be priced competitively, albeit commanding a modest premium to the traditional pellet by virtue of its superior performance. Clearly, much of the price equation would be dependent on the volume of any resulting offtake agreements. So guys, if we get the calculator out, if we say $200 per metric ton, roughly 70,000 for the two plants. I don't know if you can see that, guys. It's obviously going to be backwards, but it's 14 million. So that's going to be the revenue. That's nice. If we get to that stage, a company of this size and that production, and if we can deliver on that, the thing is going to go straight to the moon, guys. So there's a lot of ifs and buts still at this stage, some scrutiny, some issues, but on the face of it, with a new production site, state senate behind it, big Troy Jackson, he's involved, he's excited. Buffett obviously knows and looked into this here. He's no idiot either. Like, he knows exactly what he's investing in. So I think with all these things, you can get bogged down on the negative sort of day-to-day news, but on the bigger picture, two facilities, great product, ownership, CEO, need to do a bit more for me, get their finger out of the arse, but if they can deliver on what they've talked about, these new catalysts, I don't see any reason why this won't go to the moon. So yeah, keep watching it. I'll keep up to date. Don't forget, check out the descriptions below, guys. You'll get free shares, discount codes for crypto, the whole lot. It's all down there. Writers' articles. Check it all out, guys. It's all good. And also, please like, please subscribe. Trying to grow this channel. Keep it going, guys. I'll keep you up to date. Get me on the Instagram. Get me on the Twitter. Get me on all that good stuff, guys. And until next time, enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.